Hello, my friends. I am Sarah. Welcome to Gracing My Space. Today, we are going to take a front porch from summer to fall like that. Wasn't that easy? First, we're going to take down the very overtly summery green things. I'm also going to show you a way that you can mix it up, keep what you had up for summer, add some fall, and make it look really beautiful for autumn without having to completely replace everything. Stay tuned for that. Now, first things first, we've got to clean it up. After the summer, the porch is just destroyed. There's dirt everywhere, there's cobwebs everywhere. You probably have gardening things just laying around if you're anything like me. So first step, do a little bit of cleaning. I really like this battery operated thingamajig. What's it called? Blower? Is there a better word than blower? While I would not say that this one is powerful enough to do like a full driveway or anything like that, it's perfect for decks and porches. Very lightweight, battery lasts quite a while, and the exact amount of power that you need for these types of spaces. Plus, it's small and it can be tucked under a bench or behind a patio set so that it's always accessible. And then my favorite duo, Branch Basics, concentrated cleaner. I use it for everything inside and out. And a trusty old Swedish dishcloth, great for replacing paper towels. Rinse it out, wash again, rinse it out, wash again, lasts forever. Now let's talk for a minute about the existing stuff that you have on your porch. I love Boston ferns. If you saw my summer front porch decorating video, you know that I like to mix and match faux plants and real plants, and Boston ferns are always a staple. This guy was also beautiful all summer long, but let's be honest, it's August, she's fading. She needs, even after pruning, she's not looking so hot. So there are some that we're gonna remove. There's some that we're going to keep. The Boston ferns, they still look beautiful. They're gonna provide greenery through the fall and maybe even into the winter, depending on your climate. So while plants are still looking good, we're gonna keep them. They're great filler. You don't have to buy anything new. And then obviously we still have all of our patio furniture. Stays perfect for fall. We don't need to change all this type of stuff, though. If you're in the market for outdoor furniture, the fall is a really great time to purchase it because it's usually on clearance and you can save quite a lot of money that you'll get use out of for the autumn season, but then you have it for next spring and summer. Now let's talk for a minute about planters. I love terracotta for the fall. Any kind of really authentic pottery will look great no matter what season it is, really. But for the fall, terracotta is really pretty to bring in. Or I do like to stick with the neutrals. This guy was on clearance for like 20 bucks. Another great thing to buy for the fall is planters. They're usually on sale. They're trying to get their inventory out the door, and then you'll have it all season long and into next year. Now, I especially like the urn style for the fall because not only can you use it for mums and for other types of fall florals, you can also use it to create like topiaries out of. You can stack pumpkins. You can do all kinds of really beautiful things. And I have an entire blog post up for you with 25 different ways that you can style a fall front porch with everything from absolutely free, spend $0, all the way up to you can spend as much as you want. But that blog post has some great ideas if you want to see a variety of ways to decorate a front porch for fall instead of just the way that I'm doing it in my home today. And then we have the tall fluted planter. Obviously you can do any shape, any size, but having this variety of heights really goes a long way in styling a front porch. All different shapes and sizes even work really nicely if they're a coordinated or the same color scheme. So another option for this kind of arrangement could be tall white, urn that's black, and a deep brown, or something that just coordinates really well together. Now let's get into showing you the simple swaps that I make so that I can decorate my front porch very quickly, less than an hour. I have all the materials year after year. I don't have to buy new every year unless I want to add some real mums or some real pumpkins. I like to keep it easy, simple, and a long-term solution so that I don't even have to think about it every fall. I can just decorate, be done. And if there's one or two pieces that I see that are cute, that are new seasonally, maybe I'll add those. But if not, it looks great no matter what. Now, the first thing that I do is I go to my decor stash. I have seasonal decor storage for fall specifically. I don't really decorate a lot of like fall holidays. I don't really decorate for Halloween. I don't really decorate for Thanksgiving. I just decorate for autumn. And so any piece that I have that will work inside will also work outside as long as it's weather resistant. Here's an example of using what you had out for summer and transitioning it into fall. If you have just a plain wreath, you can grab really simple picks like that. And you can just kind of tuck them. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do this just willy-nilly right now. You need to use floral wire or some other way of fastening them, but you just kind of tuck them in and work them around. If these don't fall, it's going to be a minor miracle. And as you can see, that was a really simple way. They're not even fastened, but that was a really simple way to add a fall color palette to your existing greenery and make it stretch the season. All right, now step one is to determine your color palette. A lot of your color palette is going to be determined based on the color of your front door and your siding. I have two colors that are my least favorite colors in this home, red and orange, right on my front porch. And so while I could change those, I could paint the door. That's a possibility. I'm eventually going to be painting the brick, but not this year. So in the interim, you kind of have to work with what you have and come up with a color palette that's going to work seamlessly with those permanent fixtures. So how I like to do that is I like to find one piece that's the anchor point for everything. And this wreath happened to be it for this year. It has the gold of the brick in some of the leaves. It has red tones in the berries. And then it has these burgundy leaves that I'm going to use to bring in my other florals and make it all work together based on one piece. It's a pretty one. I really like it. Now, step two is to find that accent color. So I have my golds, I have my reds, and this is my burgundies. And I'm going to bring the burgundy throughout the rest of the entire front porch, including adding some more of like a copper tone that kind of mimics the golds. And that way it looks really cohesive and seamless. Now these are new to me this year. First time I purchased them. I've been looking at these for 3 years. They're expensive. And every year I said to myself, no, that's not something I want to spend my money on. Until this year, when I was tired of walking out onto my front porch, seeing my real mums wilted or needing deadheaded, or I forgot to water them. And it was like every year I would waste at least $40 on real mums that I just didn't take care of. That's on me. So this year I decided to invest in a product that will last years and years and years. I'll never have to water it. I won't have to plant it. I won't have to deadhead it. Is it faux instead of real? Yes, that's the beauty of it. That's also a negative for some people. So if you really love real flowers, go with a real mum or another type of fall flower that you love that works well in your area, especially for the hotter climates. I know that mums don't work for everybody, but these would work for you no matter what climate you're in. And it's done. Another part of creating a color palette is creating tones that fit with the season. So for summer, this super bright topiary made a lot of sense. Bright green is what you see in nature for spring and fall. Nope, for spring and summer. But in the fall, things either tend to go golden or brown or they darken up. And so getting a cedar topiary put in its place immediately brings your color scheme from summer, vibrant, happy, to fall, cozy, more subdued. And it's just a simple swap. Okay, so now we have fall and we have summer. And all I did was take two things out and put two things in and put a new wreath on. That is literally all you have to do. You can get really fancy. You can do piles of pumpkins. You can do new pillows, new blankets. You can do wreaths on your lanterns. You can do lanterns on the ground. Like there are 1,000 different ways that you can spruce it up. You could add hay bales. You could do corn stalks. Like there are so many ways that you can create a really overtly autumn harvest party kind of theme. You can do all the Halloween decor, but I just really love to keep it simple and classic and easy. However, there is one thing that I do love to put on a front porch, and that is pumpkins. It's August. I can't find big, beautiful pumpkins on any farms in my area yet because it's too early for them to harvest. But down the road, I will be getting pumpkins. In the meantime, faux goes a long way. Now I'm going to link up my favorite faux pumpkins that look very realistic. If you're not one that likes to go buy real pumpkins, maybe they rot too quickly in your climate, maybe the squirrels eat them all the time, whatever the case is, faux is a really great option. And so I'm going to link up the realistic ones for you that you can find online and in stores in the description. One thing that I think a lot of people kind of get stuck on is having outdoor fall items. Yes, if you do not have covering, or if you're planning to leave your items out all year long outside in the elements, of course you should have outdoor fabrics, you should have outdoor pillows, outdoor everything, outdoor artwork, weatherproof. However, if you're like me and you want to keep your outdoor furniture really basic on a daily basis, then you can bring out the indoor items that you have to dress it up if you're having guests over, or if you just want to come out for an evening, grab a blanket off the sofa, bring it with you, bring it back inside when you're done. So one of the things that I like to encourage people to do is to think inside the box. See what I did there? Instead of only thinking outdoor when you think about styling your front porch. One of the ways you can do that is with art. This is beautiful. Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. That's a gorgeous sentiment. You can hang indoor artwork outside, especially if you're covered, and let that make a statement on your front porch for the season. Now here's another example of bringing that color scheme throughout the entire front porch. I've got a burgundy pillow. I've got the coppery gold color pillow. And then I've got browns with a classic plaid. What says autumn more than plaid? And we're going to use these only when they're actually in use rather than leaving them outside all the time in the elements. These are great examples of a simple swap that really does not require any effort. And we're done. Even if you're hosting and you're entertaining, that is so simple to be able to just do right before guests arrive, bring it in at the end of the evening. And I'm done. 20 minutes. That's how much it took me, 20 minutes to do layering with one cohesive color scheme, incorporating some of the things I had out for summer, adding some things that were from my inside that I can bring back outside and inside whenever I need to, and just doing some simple swaps of items that I can use year after year after year, forever. It's a beautiful thing. Now, one thing that I really like to look for at thrift shops and barn sales, even antique stores, garage sales, is blankets that are seasonal. I like to spend as little money as possible on a seasonal item that I'm only going to get a couple of months out of. And so things like plaid blankets, even this blanket here I got for $3 at a yard sale. Things that I can use indoor and outdoor. They're not precious to me. I didn't spend $1,000 on them. Well, that's a little unrealistic. I didn't spend $50 on them. I just spent a few bucks. So if I can bring them outside, get good use out of them, maybe they'll get hot chocolate spilled on them. Who cares? They were $3. Wash it, use it again. But I like to go as unprecious as possible on my outdoor items. Now you'll see I popped a few pumpkins in here and there. This is not my ideal pumpkin situation. I literally only own 5 fake pumpkins. That is not enough for my vision for a front porch that's cascading with real pumpkins down the steps. That's to come later in the season, but this kind of will give you an idea and give me kind of a playground to work with in the meantime. So let's go on a little tour. Now, even as I was showing you around, I'm like looking at things, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. It's all part of the process. You don't ever get something right on the first try. For instance, this. almost everything is the exact same height. There's no dimension. There's no variation. It's just a line. That's not visually appealing. So taking out one of the items gives you a little bit of a height variance. And then putting this maybe down low, or maybe right there. I'd have to step back and look at it. But you can see it breaks it up visually rather than just having a line. Maybe I'll pop him on the table. And then long term, we're gonna take care of this pumpkin situation because it feels a lot like I just kind of popped them right there, and that's really what I did. I would rather have them be cohesive, maybe going down the stairs. It's so windy today. I'm not trying to do the Marilyn Monroe or anything, but my goodness. So long term, maybe I would get pumpkins that cascade equally down the stairs. Maybe I'd incorporate the posts somehow. Maybe you could wrap lights, that'd be super pretty. Or even just doing solar spotlights that come up onto your porch will go a long way in the way that it looks as it gets dark earlier in the evenings. So I'm gonna keep playing around with it. I hope that you have fun decorating your front porch for the autumn season. And I hope that some of these tips, specifically regarding color scheme and the ease of items like this, can help you as you get ideas and brainstorm for your own home. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more fall decorating to come. And if you've been following along on our renovation journey, we have made so much progress on the addition, and I cannot wait to do a full video to catch you up on that. If you found this video helpful or you enjoyed it, hit that like button, share it with your friends, leave a comment, and I will see you next time.